This is the easiest way that I know of how to explain swing weight and why it is so important in pickleball. What's going on, guys? My name's Matt with Maverix Pickleball, and today I wanted to take a couple of minutes to explain to you guys what swing weight is and why it is so important. So by definition, swing weight is just the perceived weight of an object when you're moving it or swinging it. And I know that's very confusing, so let me explain. In general, pickleball paddles on the market are roughly about 8 ounces. I would say that that's about what the average is. So we have an 8-ounce pickleball paddle here and a 2-pound weight. Put the 2-pound weight right down here near the handle of the paddle. The overall weight is 2 pounds, 8 ounces. I think we could agree on that. However, as you move this weight closer and closer to the head of the paddle, the heavier and heavier this paddle is feeling. In this configuration, it feels astronomically heavier than in this configuration. But the static weight is still the exact same. The only thing that is changing is the swing weight. And this is how you should think about your swing or your pickleball paddles and why it is so important to pay attention to swing weight when you are selecting a pickleball paddle. Because even though the static weight could be 8 ounces, based on your weight distribution of this paddle, based on what the manufacturer has done, will affect the swing weight. So how do you decrease swing weight? Well, you can't. When a paddle is made, the weight is set in the paddle and you're not removing that swing weight unless you want to go in and, I guess, cut off the top of your paddle, and I suppose that would be one way to remove swing weight. The only other way to add swing weight is to add weight to the paddle itself, as we did here. And that's a whole nother video. I'm not going to get into how exactly to place the weight on your paddle, but just know that there are ways to adjust the swing weight if needed. So the higher the swing weight, in general, the more power you'll get out of a paddle. However, there's a breakover. You can't have 2 pounds at the top of your paddle and still expect the paddle to play well. Yes, I guess in theory, if you were able to swing it and hit a pickleball, it would hit the pickleball really hard because it would plow right through the ball. But that's not realistic. We have to be very strategic with the weight placement on these paddles. However, as you move the weight or shift the weight down closer to the hand of the paddle becomes a lot more maneuverable. And this is really important in pickleball because how fast the paddle is moving at the net when you're in a hands battle. Additionally, as you lower swing weight, you can increase more head speed. The more head speed you get on a paddle, the more spin you can put on a ball. And lastly, a lower swing weight is really important to people that are prone to elbow fatigue or tennis elbow, because as that paddle feels heavier and heavier, you're putting more and more force on the joint in your elbow itself. So to wrap this all up, swing weight is really important to us here at Maverix. It is extremely important, and I think that it should be important to everybody in the market. And that is why we have built these paddles in this fashion. These cutoff tops are by design. We were able to remove weight from the top of the paddle, in turn making this paddle a lot more maneuverable. At the same time, by removing that weight, you get much more head speed out of this paddle, which means that you can generate more spin. But the best part is that when we remove the weight from the top of the paddle, now we have weight that we can put in other locations of the paddle. By placing it strategically in other places of the paddle, now we're making the paddle feel more stable. Again, whole nother video that refers to twist weight, but we're able to put the weight in different locations, which makes the paddle feel more stable and makes the sweet spot even bigger. That's all that I have for you guys today, but please remember, next time you're looking at a pickleball paddle, don't just look at the static weight. Ask how the paddle swings. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. We have more coming. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out. Take care. Have a good week.